Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution. I'm your Valius Kelvin. So I took a break from this game after it released because it was bug-ridden and ultimately really horrible. But I'm coming back for yet another round, because all things considered, this game is not too bad. It's good at what it does. And this time, we're going to be playing a country in a different place. I've decided Vietnam. A people's republic with an authoritarian communist regime. It has 93 million manpower, its capital is Hanoi, and you can see other various stats about this. Now, that said, okay. We will play Thai Vinh, sure. Thai Vinh. Yep. And we're actually going to use the on-screen currency dollars. Now, in all my previous games with Geopolitical Simulator, I've always used the country's local currency. And that's because, generally speaking, it's been possible to do that. However, I dare someone right now to go look up the exchange rate of the Vietnamese dollar. Yeah, a few budget numbers in Vietnam when I did a test game as it came out in the quadrillions. So the numbers just become so big that the interface doesn't even display them anymore. And it becomes really hard to work with, actually. Especially when you have to do math in the hundreds of trillions. It's absolutely terrible. Just absolutely awful. So we're going to be using dollars. But, that's fine. Workers of all countries, unite. You heard the man with the excellent beard. I love how his beard's white and his mustache is black.
My friends, my fellow citizens, I am very proud to be standing here this New Year's Day, wishing you health and prosperity for this coming year.
Mrs. President, you're supposed to open your mouth more than a millimeter.
I promise to guide you bravely and lead you on the path to prosperity. I promise to ensure your safety, protect you from threats within the country and from potential external threats. I could not do this, of course, without our faithful army, a veritable stronghold against outside imperialist attempts. I am so happy to see my people standing together and supporting our dear country. I wish you a very happy new year.
God, the terrible facial animations and all that are one of the best parts of this game. Alright, so Vietnam. As far as being a country goes, we're diplomatically isolated from the West. Our main allies include China, North Korea, Iran, and apparently Belarus. Alright, great. Alright, well, at least we have friends down here in Indochina. Although I probably shouldn't call it Indochina anymore. I think people get offended whenever I call it that. Alright. So, let's look over our current set. Our budget deficit is 4.2% of the GDP. Alright. Well, that's not too hard then. It's time I put through a few tax reforms. I think everyone will agree. Oof, tax on company turnover. Let's bring that up to, say, 15%. Alright. It's a good place to start. We'll bring up the inheritance tax to a full 75%. Tax on large fortunes, 20%. Good. Ooh. Hang on here. Should they cancel? I don't want to touch the vice taxes, actually. Get rid of that. The company tax does not need to be anywhere close to 38%. We'll make it an even 20. Don't need to tax that. Do need to increase the tax on the wine industry, though. Oof. Let's bring this up to like $3. Let's call it $3 a liter and $1 a liter there. All right. Company tax can increase to 20%. The employees don't need to do that, and this does not need to be anywhere near as high. We'll say make it 20-ish%. Don't need a gun tax. Don't need an audiovisual tax. Ditch the real estate tax. That gives us a healthy excess of about 13.7%. After collapsing most of the entire tax system and rebuilding it around a inheritance and VAT and turnover tax. Alright. And let's see what happens to our popularity. 9 times out of 10 it goes up, I think. Yeah. Unfortunately, some people don't get the memo that I'm really popular. The Association for Senior Citizen Protection. I always have problems with those guys. And the uprising. I'll leave that in the hands of my generals. The first barricades have been enacted by the rebels. Yeah, well, we have tanks. Alright, anything else? Because I've got a lot of people here. There's an uprising in Hanoi. Thank you. Hanoi's state squares have been occupied by the insurgents. Very well. Victory Square has been occupied by the insurgents. The oldest person in the country is calling me an idiot. My director for intelligence agency has a desire for repositioning. Minister for the economy is mad at me. The minister for the industry has straight up resigned. The minister for the environment is having an existential crisis. Oh dear. And my minister of agriculture has also flat out resigned. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, I'm hyper popular with the people, so I'm not too worried. Is this going to affect my ability to do certain things? Alright, it's not initially. I can't do stuff related to agriculture and industry until I appoint you guys there, which is fine. I'll get a message to auto-appoint them from my party, which will be just fine. Alright. So. Not bad, not bad. We are going to adjust the degree of nationalization and bring the oil sector under the state control. We probably should do so as well with the natural gas sector. Alright. Sector's nationalized profit, yep. Donations from other countries, not bad. Yeah, we get a pretty sizable $5 billion from other countries, or from our nationalized sectors, which is good. And we don't even have the oil sector nationalized yet.
The rebels have stopped fighting. Our act.
Damn straight. Alright, so the rebels have shattered and are giving up. Fuck off. Tourism professionals complain. Is there anything else in here that I need to be noted about? Nah, looks all contained. Alright, looks like these cops are having some issues. First off, I thought I gave the order for the army to move in. Not just the blasted police. But, you know, let's go. Some of the army has moved in. Tear gas everything. That tends to be my solution. Are we having problems? Apply more tear gas. It pretty much fixes everything. Alright. The remains of the protesters appear to be scattering. Excellent. Any remaining issues here? You guys can't get past a blockade to arrest one dude. Great. Well, 16 people, but who's counting? My 200 police officers will have no problem doing that. That's what I thought. Good.
We have subdued the rebel movement. There's no more unrest in the city.
That's what I like to hear. Alright, so. Initial opposition to my tax reforms did exist, but they have since been crushed. We'll probably get another wave of dissidents soon enough when the reforms are actually going through, which will be on the 7th or so. Takes like a week. But that's okay. Message during last conference released, yeah. Relatively short sentences, yeah. Tends to happen. Political prisoners and all that, you really can't keep them. That said, housing a national priority, yeah. Associations. We might just straight up ban them. Foreign. The group, the Chinese community. I see. Publicly criticize an organization. Did that? That didn't go through, did it? I think I have to. No, it did. Okay. It'll just take like a day for it to go through. Various taxes are going through now. We'll see that sort of bounce around because the taxes, like the bills only go through a certain number each day, so we'll see it jump around a little bit. Refuse. Law and liquor tax. Yep. One of these is actually going to be an important one about, hey, you haven't appointed any new ministers after people resigned. Would you like me to do it for you? So I have to keep an eye out for that. Who resigned? Industry and agriculture. Okay. Director of the intelligence agency is angry at me? Probably. I mean, we're fine. Just degree of nationalization and law on the inheritance tax has gone through. Uprising in Hanoi. As I said, there would be a second wave of insurgents. There always is. And this time... And we'll also appear on televisions and try and bring them down. The president addresses the protesters. They start to flee. National arrest and decisive Vintai.
Your television appearance does not seem...
Nah, that was worth a try. Alright. Expected military intervention, yada yada yada. People are mad about that. Our exclusion from the World Trade Organization. I assume at some point we got excluded from the World Trade Organization while a billion things have been popping up. No. You don't need to hand in our resignation. Report interception. National Food Institute for Food Statistics, Madam President. That is concerning. Alright. We will allow... $50. I mean, how much do we have to work with right now? Apparently we've managed to ring in a massive deficit, of which I'm not quite sure how yet. I have a feeling that something's going fudgy with the numbers here.
We have subdued the rebels.
There we are. And that in the next couple days this should sort itself out. Should. Either that or the initial numbers grossly lied to me. It's sometimes really hard to tell. Alright. We've taken the humanitarian issue seriously and your commitment to the most sincere. In the name of the poorest people, please accept our thanks and our support in continuing the fight. Yeah. Well, if this continues, we're going to be the poorest people ever. Yeah. Order the army to kill them all. For crying out loud. Law on the wine tax, law on the gun tax. This one's the National Family Committee. Don't care. Law on the tax on company. Okay. So. Their reimbursement's only 4.3%. So it wasn't something like there. Okay, there we are. That's better.
I'd like to congratulate you in person for your popularity.
Damn straight. There you go. Ugh. Although it'd be nice if I didn't have these uprisings constantly. Appear on television, try and disperse what we can. Yeah, we're powerless on this. I'm not too surprised why I just sort of straight up, no, we're not going to be needing to find funds. Like, I like how my party secretary comes to me, it's like, we should find a way to, like, get funds. Like, you know we don't have opponents in elections here, right? Like... I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the Grand Communist Party is literally the only party. I would just like to remind you of that. Alright, so most of my various reforms have gone through. Good. Now, it's time that we get down to work, because as Vietnam... Well, no, we don't need to do that. We need to go here. Oil wells.
No responsible person is in place now. Advisors and...
Yeah. Yeah, we need somebody... We need somebody appointed here. And I guess at some point I must have missed the message of, hey, would you like me to auto-appoint people? Alright. Appoint a new industry minister. We'll give it to somebody from the party in power who's both popular and likes me. Is there anyone above 70% who isn't the Secretary General? There we are. Agriculture. Again, we look for someone who's about 70% or higher. There we go. Good. And people are happy with that now. Alright, as I was talking about the expansion of the energy sector. Whilst we don't have much oil as Vietnam, we do have some. And that some is enough. So we will, without question, be immediately looking to develop. Because why wouldn't we? There we are. Oh. Can't quite put it there. Incorrect position, despite the crosshair being green. Put it back a little. There we are. I wonder, how far up does this actually extend? Like, how far north can I put this in before it becomes very weak? At all any distance from this coast? Any chance it works out here? No. Alright, it'll do. We can get 4 oil wells. National Family Committees. Fighters are fleeing. Excellent. Energy independence, everyone's happy.
We could greatly improve our healthcare system if we had a larger budget.
Okay, question 1. Who let the Irishmen in charge of our healthcare system? I'm not even that racist against the Irish. I mean, we're just Vietnam. Oh well. Law and real estate
We have
tax.
subdued the rebel movement.
And already... Proposal of resignation. No, I just fucking appointed you, man.
Despite all the consideration I have...
Irrevocable resignation. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why we have a minister for religion, but no, you assholes aren't allowed to resign. You either resign, or you either outrightly resign against me, or you stay in the bloody government. Do one or the other. I'm not just going to let you resign. Alright, so. Alright. Yeah, it's like, hang on, we didn't. Whatever. I thought we had like a couple irrevocable resignations there, but apparently not.
Despite all the consideration I have...
Look, as Irish as you are, still don't want you guys resigning. Alright, like, you say you need a bigger budget. Fine. We'll work on that. It's not like we don't have some money to throw around right now, okay? Average salary is 136 a month. Okay, well, what do we got here? Population per medical doctor. 1,600. Let's see. You know what? In times like these, it's sometimes better to go to the internet. I was going to use the US, but let's not. Canada's pretty good. Canada, population per doctor. Okay, Canada, 2 physicians per 1,000 population. So, we need 1 per 300. All right. Or 1 per 500, sorry. That's 114 million. Oh, Well, we currently have 13% of 13 billion. So most of this would literally be expended right now. That's a bit much. As much as I'd like to go up a little bit. Christ. I think I guess I can give you 70,000. Alright. Ooh, 8 billion. Too rich for our blood. Can I get you some more doctors? Like, that's already a lot of money there. But, alright. Jeez. Okay. So be it. Housing. So, as I was talking about before, and this puts this into perspective. Like, I can go really high with this, as it turns out. $100? Sure. $100 for the establishment rent. That's fine. That's great. Social health, humanitarian employment. Everyone's pretty happy about this now. Speaking of, oh yeah, right. Our Minister of Labor resigned. We finally. Takes him like a day, I guess. All right. Appoint new minister, employment and social. 75%? All right. And you like me? Good. You agree with everything I'm doing. I'm glad. I generally try and fully max out because it's not super expensive. It's only 1 billion. Which apparently, like, my budget is a lot bigger than I think it is, isn't it? Because, yeah, 13% of the GDP, so we're talking like, what, 5 billion? Alright, I actually have a lot more to work with than I originally anticipated. Good. I'm always happy to hear that kind of news. That news is always welcome. So if I've got like 5 billion to work with. No, that's still too rich for our blood. Oh dear. Ooh boy. Okay. How much is this? 1 billion for that star. Ooh. God, healthcare is expensive. Alright, well, look, I did something for it. I kind of want some money left over, though. I really would like some money left over. Like, come on, please. I need some money left over. I can't just blow it all on to get even remotely decent healthcare for these people. It's, as sad as that is. And I truly wish I could do something about it, but that is beyond my means at this current time. Alright. So, manage this region. I don't know if this bug still exists, but yeah. I'm going to have to do this region by region. Insufficient manpower in the region. Really, we only have one region anyway. Good to know. Should be 8. 970, right? Shoot. Yeah, 8. Okay. 8. So now we need 90. 9. 7? There we are. So we'll get all the people we can working to rehabilitate as many homes as possible. Alright, sometimes that bugs out. Sorry. Well, I'm not going to worry about getting it super close then. 31, sure. Why is this having a problem? Ah, there we are. Sure. Get to work on it. I think. Yeah, alright, it's working. Alright, so we're working right now on homes. There we are. Which will actually create a pile of jobs. As far as it goes. It's going to expand one of our industries, in particular our construction industry, which we will have a look at here. Building, housing, and roadway construction. I assume this is probably not nationalized. Yeah, alright, that's good. It's actually good. This is one that I prefer to have privatized. Works a little better that way. Yeah, our industry GDP is not that great. It's 26 billion USD. It's not terrible, I guess. Alright. Well, we got all that sorted out in one episode. I mean, I'd still like to do more for this whole health issue. Like, getting more doctors is a great start. Great start. Population per hospital bed is 270. I think that's actually fine. I don't know, honestly. It's really hard for me to tell. Because that's not a statistic that somebody can just pull out of their ass whenever. Like, sometimes I have to Google some stuff. But yeah. Still, like, we're already spending so goddamn much on that. Ugh. Legalizing marijuana would probably be a good idea. We'll see. Also, how is our cereals stuff here? Alright. 194 ton. Yeah, that's not bad. I think we're good. We're not going to suffer from a famine. I'm pretty sure. Just having a quick look at all this. Yeah, I think we're okay in terms of that. We're not going to suffer from a famine. Worst case scenario, I can always privatize the shit out of it. Or publicize. Nationalize. That's the word I'm looking for. And we'll see. Alright, so by May, all of our oil wells will be built, and we'll see hopefully a lovely spike in oil production that will start helping us in the second quarter. And not bad. I would say, yeah, a week ago when I announced the housing projects, suddenly things are good. Okay, noted that our main production here is actually rice. I'll have to have a look into that. Also fossil electricity. We'll see. Okay. Conventional oil. Yeah, we need to work this up. Cereals, yeah. Alright. Apparently we also produce a lot of coal. I had no idea about that. I guess I'd be under energy. Interesting. The question is, do we want to be producing a lot of coal? You can build a coal pipeline? 45 billion, yeah, it's too rich for our blood. I need to have money left over because we actually do start in a fair bit of debt. Yeah. Right now, our GDP is... I don't even remember, like, what, 50 billion? Yeah, so... not great. Oh no, it's apparently a lot higher than that. Or either way, our debt as a percent of GDP is 63%. So we need to work on fixing that. We need to start paying off these damn loans and get that down to a much more manageable rate. Alright. And I think that about covers it for our general strategy for this and what's going to be happening. Despite our exclusion from the World Bank or World Trade Organization, I don't even remember which one kicked us out, and I don't really care, to be honest. I don't particularly like either of them. I'm not a big fan. I also really hate the IMF, if it helps. As it turns out, most global organizations tend to be shite and do nothing but harm a lot of countries. But enough of my personal politics. I think it's a good time to end today's episode here. So if you like what you see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow this channel for updates, because I think we're going to be having some fun with the series. Oh boy, we got a long way to go if we're going to turn Vietnam into a true superpower. That said, we're really good friends with China. You know, you gotta figure out who China hates. Does China hate Laos and Cambodia? Because, I mean, those would actually be pretty good invasion targets for me. And if China hates them and loves us, which they seem to, at least love us, then we'd have a Security Council veto who's just gonna be like, you know, we're just gonna tie up the UN for you. You just do your thing down there. It's always good to have a friend on the Security Council. Oh well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been your lovely host, Gilvin, signing off.